Hello, this is Jedthone here, and this is the scanning and rendering thing that we've made for Unreal, where we can scan entire existing properties and put them into the Unreal Engine while simultaneously making full CAD models of the building as built. We use the drone to scan the outside, and we use a handheld LiDAR system to scan the inside. This is for construction purposes and for interactive digital museums, because we can digitize an entire museum, including all the exhibits, and then put them into this Unreal program so people can go through a museum at the comfort of their own home. This is also useful for construction, so if someone's remodeling a building and they don't have as-built CADs of the building, I can go through and generate all the as-built CADs needed for remodeling the building, and then we make it a full walkthrough so the client can look at what's being rehabbed, see the results of the rehab, and then approve different various aspects of it before work even begins, so that way there's no expensive change orders in the process and everybody knows what it is. It's also useful because we can send this program to the contractors, who will then be able to see what the final result is supposed to look like. So the client's happy, the contractors know what they're looking towards, and everybody should be happy. For museums, we just scan the entire museum in, scan all the exhibits, we can make video and audio narration, and we can even put in puzzles for them. It's a completely interactive program, and now let's start it so you can see how it works. Alrighty, we are outside the front door now. It is like any other kind of like first-person shooter style thing, minus the shooting. W for forward, A for left, D for right, S for backwards. Mouse looks around, and it is freely roamable. So there's three speeds. There's one with default, 2 which is slightly faster, 3 where you're basically running around. So this entire property here that you see was scanned. The outside was done with a drone. If we go to the outside navigation with the O key, this allows us to teleport around, and you can see the raw 3D photogrammetry scan of the property. We just hit that, now we're in the backyard. We can hit this, and now we're here between the pump house and the house proper. The ground topographic system was all done by the drone. And now we can just walk right up to a door, hit the E key, open the door, and we're right inside. You can also use spacebar. You can look at various different things. We can pre-position furniture, which could also be museum exhibits. We can pre-bake different things in for different wall colors and different furniture layouts. You access that by hitting the R key for redecorate mode. And you can completely change the color of the house. And you can change some of the furniture. None of the furniture in this room. Where's the room I can change furniture in? Terrible example, I suppose. If I run into the dining room, I know I can change this one. Dining room table. So we can pre-bake different things in and hot swap them just like that very easily. And lights turn on and off, so if you wanted to test out lighting at various different parts of the day, we can make early morning, sunset, night, whatever, test all the lighting and everything, make sure it's all approved and good. But again, for museums, as I mentioned, video and audio narration tours.
My mother had, and I
Here we
don't know
go.
why, but maybe easier for her to clean. She had a guy come in here and put Luan down, and then put this tile on top. You know, it would be a lot for me to rip all of this up to restore it to this.
Because underneath this is the hardwood.
Yes. Yup. And over here, you can see it. In this doorway, you can see the Luan on this side, and you can see the Luan here.
Oh, that would be a pain to pick up.
Yes, because I don't know how he attached it. So you would have to take off everything.
Yeah, I cut that a little bit short. But for museums, we can have videos like that spaced throughout the house, where museum staff were explaining various different exhibits, And say, if, like, this building here is a building that was built in 1850s, so let's say it's an 1850s farmhouse, the museum staff can actually do it in costume, which would be really neat. And we can actually, again, using the redecorate mode, portray different time periods, which is really cool. So we could have like a small factory, and we can portray it in the 1850s. We can portray it again in the 1900s, and again in 1950. And you just have to use like the R key and swap between the various different years live. So you can build multiple exhibits in the same space and make it so it works, which you can't really do with a physical building, because you have your exhibit that's in the room, you only have so much space, and you might want to carry a theme, but if you have different time periods in the room, then the theme gets broken. Now we can just pre-bake everything in and hot load everything, and now you have multiple different time periods in the same room, and they can occupy the entire room. We can also put in TVs,
The living room, original living room.
so we can fit the video right onto the
Suspended ceiling,
TV,
which,
like that.
is more commercial than it is residential.
We can also put radios around. We've got no examples in this tour here, but you can put radios around. You can put and you can activate the radio, and then it'll have like an audio narration of that time period. So say it's a house and you're showing off this 1910s or 1920s kind of living room, and there's a big radio, and you want to have an audio thing. Well, you just turn the radio on, and you can make it sound like a 1820s radio as the person is explaining everything in the room. So yeah, that's what this is. Useful for construction, useful for digitizing entire museums, and there we go. Nice little program. Not too hard to do, as it turns out, and not too expensive anymore. Hope you enjoyed this quick little video. Talk to you later.